So JT, from the City Girls, she's mentioning how she grew up. And I want you to hear how and why she was acting a certain way. And it was all based on her upbringing. Let's go ahead and play that.
I grew up in environments where I heard women cuss men out like dogs. I learned a lot of decorum when I got into the industry and what's right and what's wrong, because I grew up wrong. I grew up seeing women straight violate men. And that's why I was no men in the house. Okay? You get what I'm trying to say? So now it's all making sense. Like, my auntie answered the phone for a man, hang up, talk about him like a dog, disrespect him, bring my money, do this, do that. I don't care. And then you would look back and be like, oh, okay, I get it. It was like no real balance there. It was very toxic. My first song is like, girl, what? I had to learn in a relationship how to be in a relationship. This is my first real relationship. Like, I live with this person. I exist with this person. Before that, I was dating. So if I'm arguing with somebody, they're not in my face. So yeah, I'm going to tell you, don't play with me. That's what you going to do. You're not in my face. Click. And I saw my mama do it. And I saw my auntie do it. That's how I saw men be treated growing up.
Now, did you hear she said that men were straight disrespected, men were straight violated in her home where she grew up at, and that's why there were no men in the home, because of that behavior. You understand? And so, unfortunately, JT took on that behavior that kept men out the home, because they say, well, why some marriages don't happen in the black community? A lot of it don't happen because look at JT's situation. She was in a toxic environment that taught disrespect and literally hatred of men. And so that was normalized in her household. And then she grew up, became a woman, and then she started doing the exact same thing, following a toxic pattern. And then those women sometimes say, well, why am I by myself? I don't understand. It's your upbringing and it's the way you view men. And listen, men can see if you like them or not. They can see it. And if a man can see you like him or not, then he's gonna stay away from you. And one thing that men cannot tolerate is disrespect. No. If you get and a lot of times women are very disrespectful with their mouth. And so you sitting up here being disrespectful with your mouth, a man not gonna put up with that. At least a man that got some common sense. He's not gonna put up with that. You're like, oh hell no. No. Let me get away from you. I don't care if I like you or whatever. You're not gonna talk to me like that. You're not gonna disrespect me like that. Because if you let a woman disrespect you, she'll do anything to you. Anything. So when she disrespect you the first time, you gonna have to check it. Now, I'm not saying you leave right off the first time, because it was the first time and never happened before, but you severely check it and say, if I see this again, don't worry, it's not gonna be a conversation, because I'm out of here. Because I would not be with somebody who's gonna be set up here constantly disrespecting me like that. Period. And ladies, I'm gonna tell you something else. If you disrespect your man in the home, that can be forgiven. You disrespect him in public, that's not gonna be forgiven. Don't disrespect him in public. Whatever you do, he can get over what happened in the house. Nobody knew. You didn't tell your friends. Nobody knew anything. It was between y'all two. He can get over that. But if it become public, you put it on social media, anything considered public, you know what I'm saying? He can't forgive that. That's just men are hardwired like that. But now JT is basically, kind of growing up and realizing the error of her ways and say, hey, look, I'm in this relationship now and I'm not having those issues and problems. Because she finally, seen that, wait a minute, it was my upbringing. And that's what keeps unfortunately, a lot of our sisters not married, is because of that upbringing. It's not because the brothers don't want to be with the sisters. No, that is not it. It's that upbringing that unfortunately comes out at times when in relationships. So if you saw toxicity in your home, you've never even seen a healthy relationship, you probably need to go talk to somebody and see, if that can be, pinpointed, and how you don't repeat that cycle. Because most women that I've even known, they want somebody of their own. They don't want to be by themselves. Now, some people want to be by themselves, but that's so far and few in between. That's not the norm. Now, some people tell you, I don't care, I'll be by myself, because they are settling for that. Because if they focus on what they really want, they'll get down and depressed. But the way you look at men or the way men look at women, it comes from the household. So you definitely gonna have to handle yourself. There's some men that are very toxic with women, and you go back to why, and it was in their household as a child. So shout out to JT for some growth, but that household like that is what keeps a lot of sisters, unfortunately, not married.